there will be to your advantage. All right, so still rolling. Let me put it in presentation mode. We have about 4 objectives to accomplish today, and I'm sure that we'll get there. So I'm a bit anxious because I'm not seeing not one of the boys on, and at least one of them would have been on the platform. So I'm going to have to create a YouTube link and send it in a group. So while that comes up for us, I'm hoping that you are remembering in your mind the format for a letter. And the writing part is so important because as you think about the format for the letter, you'd appreciate that the format, having a format automatically gives you 10 marks. So it's marked at a 30. So what it simply means is that all you need to have now next is just 1 or 2 paragraphs and you're good to go to get the 15. So today we want to be able to, good morning, Julian. Today we want to be able to describe the formal letter of apology. And then I'm hoping that you guys will help me to put one together from a given scenario. And then we're going to use, you're expected now to use the knowledge that you would have gained now to complete the Google form activity on another scenario relevant to the letter of apology. So let's watch on. In terms of structure, when we think of the structure of a formal letter, regardless of if it is a letter of apology, which is our focus of today, we're thinking about the sender's address, the date, the receiver's address, the subject, the greeting and salutation, the introduction, where you have to state why you write, the body with 3 well-developed paragraphs, including details given in the scenario, and by well-developed paragraph, you know, it's a letter, so we're talking about 1 or 2 sentences at most. Conclusion, where you state the contact information if more information is needed, or you probably want to sought some clarity on matters. And of course, you're going to have your closing and your signature. Now, to start basic, you have to first of all decide which one of the styles in terms of heading up you'd want to choose for your letter. So you have this, you have the option of using the indent style, which is quite traditional, where you use your address, which is top right, and the receiver's address, which is always top left, bottom left. Or you can use the block style, which is where the business world is going now, where they have your address above and the receiver's address under. Now, of course, there's a specific way to begin the letter of apology, but the phrasing of it might differ depending on, you know, it could be depending on the standards of the business or organization, or it could be depending on your mood, because I write according to my mood. All right. So you might start by saying, I am writing to apologize for, I'm writing to express sincere apologies for, I'm writing to let you know that we apologize for, I'm writing in respect to respectfully apologize for, and there are many others, but I'm just giving you a few. And of course, if you have a beginning, you must have an ending, right? So there's a specific way to end your letter of apology. You could end by saying, I am so sorry, and I do hope that this issue will not be repeated again, or we are so sorry, and we do hope that this issue will not be repeated again. That is if you're writing on the behalf of a company. Or you might say, I hope that I will be able to maintain our usual business relationship, or we hope that we will be able to maintain our usual business relationship. Or I can say we do apologize again for any inconveniences that you may have faced, which is quite traditional in the world of business. Or you can say, I am looking forward to our continued relationship. And you know, you have your traditional closing. We might say yours respectfully, yours faithfully, regards, warmest regards, sincerely, yours truly, or best regards. So you try to study as many of them as you want, but the most important thing that you are supposed to remember is the fact that if you're using two phrases in your closure, then the first idea must be capitalized, as in the case of yours respectfully, yours faithfully, warmest regards, yours truly, best regards. Notice the first information begins with a capital letter, but the second information begins with a common letter. That's something that CXC watches. And then as you get into your signature, you're writing a formal letter, so you must have both of your names, the Christian and the surname. And underneath all of that, in parentheses, you must have the title or the role or the capacity for which you are acting or pretending or want to be seen as you write your letters. Now, when we get into the business of your salutation, you know for off the bat that if you don't know the person, then you're going to have to say, dear sir / madam, right? And you end with your colon. In the business world, they have taken to using the expression, dear sirs. That is acceptable. But if you don't want to appear sexist, it's best to say, dear sir / madam. Now, you have the flip side where you can be, the name is mentioned, and if that's the case, where the name is mentioned, then you're expected just to write the name of the person. So you might write, dear Mrs. James, and put your comma, or you might write, dear Mrs. James, and put your colon. Any one of them is acceptable. Now, there we have it, a letter of apology. And we know it can be formal or informal. And we know that we're expecting, and by we, I mean CSEC, teachers and CSEC examiners, we're expected to see addresses, dates, subject, salutation, and introductory paragraph, 3 well-developed paragraphs, concluding paragraph, closure, and signature. But what do we write in the body of a letter of apology? We expect to see you writing at least 5 things. First paragraph must see you outlining the reason why you are saying sorry. And then, of course, you say sorry. And then the second paragraph, you state clearly what caused the problem, because a formal letter of apology. So you have to give the people some justifiable reason for why the problem existed in the first place. And then you're going to have to express clearly the relevant information to note. That's what the scenario gives you. So you want to put it back there. Now, if you state clearly that there's a problem and you give the relevant information, then of course you want to have mitigation strategies. So you have to also express measures that the company intends to use to resolve the problem. And then you must say, even if you cannot control things in life, because most times some of these things are just unforeseen, you have to say that you have no intention of seeing the situation repeated. And that will go in your final paragraph where you again would have apologized. So let's see how it is done. And this is basically reinforcing what is just said in the slides. So paragraph 1 outlines the reason you're writing and states you're sorry. Paragraph 2 clearly states the problem and explain as much as possible what went wrong. Paragraph 3 is where the sender is seen trying to resolve the problem or giving examples of how the victim could solve the problem. And paragraph 4 has a repetition of the apology at the end and a promise of never repeating the problem. All right. So here is our first scenario. And we think about the letter of apology. This is how it would look. You have your sender's address, the date, receiver's address, subject, salutation, outline, reason, apology. That's the first paragraph. State cause of the problem. Second paragraph. Third, state relevant details to note. Fourth, express measures intended to solve the problem. 5, repeat apology with no intention of recurring issue. And then you have your closure and your signature. The scenario that we're going to focus on says, pretend that you are a customer service representative at a popular tour company. The task is yours to write a letter of apology in response to a complaint made against this company about unsatisfactory treatment meted out against customers. You are to clearly express the nature of the complaint, relate the measures that the company has decided to take to alleviate customers' fears, as well as the company's attempt to maintain good customer relationship. And of course, you are asked to write the letter of apology from, and I give you the address, and they tell you directly that you have to send the letter to Mr. Dawkins, May Lane, Discovery Bay, St. Anne. So here's the plan again on the flip side. Now, here's the plan filled up with some of the details. So if we were to really think about the scenario and the plan, so we have the sender's address here, the tour galore 2 to 4 Palace Drive, Trelawney. Then we have the date. This date would have to change to the 18th. And then we have the receiver's address, May Lane, Discovery Bay, St. Anne. And the subject, of course, is unsatisfactory treatment against customers. And of course, is Mr. Dawkins we're writing to. And we're gonna have to think about the first paragraph. We must talk about the unsatisfactory treatment. The second paragraph, we must ensure that we state the possible reason for this bad treatment. We must indicate by the time we reach the third paragraph the measures that the company plan to institute in order to alleviate fears or initiate. And then by the fourth paragraph, we're going to indicate the measures that the company plan to you put in to ensure that the good relationship is maintained. And by the time we get to the end of the letter, we're going to apologize again for the inconvenience caused. I can choose another ending. And of course, you have your closure and you have your full name first and last. And you must remember that you are a customer service representative. That's your role as you pretend. Now, here is how a letter would be kind of a skeletal framework of a letter if we're thinking about the world of business. So we have to include the formal apology to the customer. We can start by saying, please accept our most sincere apologies for the difficulty that you have faced. We're going to write that in our letter in a short while. And then by the time we get to our second paragraph, we say, we should be saying, should be explaining to the customer what might have caused this bad treatment or this thing here where they seem to have felt as if they were mistreated. So we thought nice. At our tour company, we strive for perfection, and it was very disheartening when we heard that you felt as if you were mistreated. Unfortunately, due to the fact that we have some changes and some internal affairs going through, the response is a little bit delayed, but we do apologize for this. And then, every time nice, you want people come back, come patronize the business, right? Then, because if they don't patronize the business, you won't have a job. By the time I get to the third paragraph now, you should be clearly expressing to your company, to your customer. You can decide really if you can switch the third and fourth paragraph accordingly, right? That you don't plan to repeat it. And you might say something like this, we guarantee that we will not let this problem persist. To ensure that it does not happen, we are, and of course, we're going to investigate and remove those agents or those tour guides who are found having mistreated specific customers. That will be something that people want to hear, just so as we can ensure that your fears have been alleviated and that we maintain the high level of quality and service our customers deserve. So nice, not true? Then by the time we get to the fourth paragraph now, we want to say in a very subtle and formal way what the company will do to compensate. Normally it's a tour company, so you know you want to start, you're an important and crucial member of our tour company, and because of what you have faced, we are now offering you the opportunity to come on for a 2-day or weekend tour with a cohort of probably 10 persons of your choosing. Details will be sent to you. If should you accept, details will be sent to you soon. As people like that, you know. And then, of course, if you want to, you can say, if there are any other questions or comments regarding this matter, please feel free to reach out to us via our website or email or by telephone. And this is a new heading that has recently become popular in the business world and in the educational fraternity. Yours in service. That's a new conclusion, a new closure. And of course, we know we would have our customer service representative. All right, so I'm going to need your help to write now. Or probably I should have you just getting out a pen and writing. All right. So do you want to get a pen and then I will just flesh out everything for you? Which is pretty much like saying whatever we had just said, or should I just rewrite? What do you think? Girls? Young ladies? Julian, Johnson, and who is this over this side here now? Sappleton? Are you going to grab a pen and pencil, or you want to see me in action and then you'll assist me? Young ladies, are you hearing? I'm going to exit out of the slideshow and go back into the exit out of the big screen. And then do some writing so that at least you will see it into play. All right, just give me a minute. I'm going to have to, this thing here don't want to come out. All right. Okay, all right, it's basically out. Let me just zoom up so we can actually write. So it's going to pull up for you, and then I can go back in and write. What I've seen some of my students doing is that they probably do the writing up on a Google form, and so it's just quick and fast putting in to, the Word document, sorry, if they're using a computer, and then it is quick and fast, just copy and paste it into the Google form. If you don't have that liberty, then I guess you have to just wing it normal, which would mean that you'd have to do it something like this. So you have to type, and of course, with whatever you type in, you have to enter. So today is the 18th. I'm going to change that date. We don't want any big June, because that would not be CXE way. And I tell you, students, this is the way CXE wants to go. CXE wants to make everything online. So the fastest you can learn how to use these online modalities is the better for you. So to some extent, we have to give thanks to what has been provided for us at this time. So there is my first address, and I'm going now into my second address. Forgive the coloring, So like a crash course thingy here. Of course, there we have it. I think I'm going to take about from down here and put it on the other side. So I'm going to cut that and put that over here. So this will go over this side. So we can maximize over on this side here. So, all right, you can choose to put the word subject in bold, or you can choose to put just a capital S and everything else existing in sentence case. So we'll have unsatisfactory treatment against customers. All right, there we have it right there. And of course, we are talking. Oh, customers must go back up the top. Let me just put this down here. Mr. Dawkins. Mr. Dawkins. So we know that they're going to have to be in everything here, so going to have to be in common letters, except the there and the M. Right? There were common letter there. And I kind of like the first part of the letter that we had before. So I'm going back up to the top and I'm going to say what was expressed up to the top. Please accept our most sincere apologies for the experience that you had faced. That's what I'm going to write. Down here, so now that's a new, or for the unsatisfactory treatment. All right, so then please accept or sincere apology for the unsatisfactory treatment that you were faced with. Okay, where's my double? Double gone. All right, there we have it. So we delete all of this now because we have this here. So this was just a guide for us. And for those of us who will be gifted to be privileged to do City and Guilds, you're expected to have a guide. So that's what the plan looks like. All right. Now, possible reading for the bad treatment. Again, I'm going back up here to see how the second paragraph was. I kind of like that. So I'm going to steal. They said, we strive for perfection at our tour company. That's what I'm going to put. And satisfaction of our customer. We strive for perfection and satisfaction of our customer. It is just unfortunate. All right, so I'm going to write it right here now. At our company, oh, new paragraph. In. At our company, at our tour company, we strive for customer satisfaction therefore it was disheartening to know of your experience. We do apologize for this, and wait, let me see the last part up here. So now you see I keep going back. That means I expect you to do something like this, to keep reviewing and reviewing, correcting. Oh, we can say this unfortunate issue. Can end by saying that. All right. We do apologize for this unfortunate issue. Issue. What is that word? I don't know this word. Oh, that looked like A. All right. And then we can cut everything else off. Delete that. And I know that we started right here. So I'm going to put in an indent. Now, that's our second paragraph. No more than 2 sentences. All right? Now we need to go into the measures now to alleviate fear. You can rest assured that this matter will not persist, as this issue is currently being investigated and the guilty BULTY tour guides will face the just consequences. All right, that would alleviate them fears. All right, so we can take out that no, because we do the one with the fear, so we can take out that no. Doing this will alleviate your fears. Doing this, we hope, will alleviate your fears. Why is it that S's keep to come instead of my ears? My hand slipping up. All right, so we have it right here. All right, so we're going into our 4th paragraph now. So we need to think about the measures to maintain good relationship. What we could I offer them? Could I offer them a free 2-week weekend tour or a day pass? Right? So we can give them the options to choose, right? So let me go back up here and see what they had right here. So that I like that I'm going to steal. You are an important and crucial member. And 2, maintain our relationship. We hereby offer you and yours. All right, so we're going to put, you are a valuable customer. Thus, to maintain this relationship, we are offering you and yours okay, and by extension a party of 5 a day or weekend tour pass. Should you accept, the details will be sent to you. Right, so that's the paragraph. Should you accept this arrangement? Let's put in this arrangement. Details will be sent to you. Again, I'm going to put it in the paragraph. Again, here's the G. We do apologize for any, not any, put all inconveniences faced. Do call us. Call us or write to us if you have any concerns on this matter. And we can take all that. So there we have it. Normally when you write, you need to proofread. So I am going to do some proofreading now and change this. I can change this color to black. I mean, I'm going to have to maximize a bit to see the options up the top. Change this to black. And minimize it. Use 15, 14. Same thing for this, 15, 14 over here, so. Too big. Seem not decent. Not seem good at all. Seem, and take off the bold. All right, so there we have it. There we have it, all right? There we have it, guys. I am going to put this in presentation mode. Should I correct art? Let's read it over. Blah, 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 blah. In terms of date, right? And right, subject, unsatisfactory treatment against customers. Dear Mr. Dawkins, please accept our sincere apology for the unsatisfactory treatment that you were faced with. At our tour company, we strive for customer satisfaction, or it should be full stop, and then we put the capital T over here, so. Therefore, that's a transition. It was disheartening to know of your experience. We do apologize for this unfortunate issue. You can rest assured that this matter will not persist, as this measure is currently being investigated. As this matter is being, whenever measure matter is currently being investigated, and the guilty tour guides will face their right here, so consequences. Doing this, we hope, will alleviate your fears. You are a valuable customer, thus, to maintain this relationship, before, after, before, after, we are offering, capital W, you and yours, and by extension, a party of 5, the opportunity to enjoy a day or weekend tour pass. Should you accept this arrangement, the details will be sent to you. Again, we do apologize for all inconveniences faced. Do call us or write us if you have any concerns on this matter. Yours respectfully, Lisa Grant, Customer Service Representative. All right, so that's it, guys. That's how you would do this, and I have confidence that you can do it. So this is it on big screen for you, and I know that you can do it. Remember, the decision to do a letter of apology is just one of the many letters. Another letter too is the letter of the editorial. So you have the opportunity of doing the editorial as well. Now I see where it is telling me that you have just about 11 minutes. So might I suggest, I'm not seeing any of my guys on the platform. Let me go over there and see if I see anybody over there that belong to me. None of my guys. All right. So might I suggest that you go to the classroom? There should be a Google form there uploaded for you, and you can use the slide information to, or for those of us who have another gadget or we're using a phone, we can just screenshot this, and this will become our guide to completing the task that is set for us to do on the Google platform. So I'll have it up for you to screenshot if you're using a phone or a tablet, or if you're using a computer, you can screen snip. You can screen snip, and this will be your guide. So just remember, guys, you would have your address and the sender's address, the subject, the salutation, who you're writing to, the introduction where you apologize and state quite clearly why you're writing. The second paragraph, you would express quite clearly the nature of the situation. By the time you get into the third paragraph, you want to say quite clearly what the company feelings are on the situation and what the company probably plans to do to alleviate concerns. Then by the time you get to the fourth paragraph now, you want to sweeten things for the customer who claim to have faced things. So you want to give some offering on the behalf of the company. And your concluding paragraph now should indicate that you're again apologizing and you're giving opportunity for them to express their concerns, if that's the case. And then don't forget, you could have end by saying yours in service. That's one of the latest closure that they have. But I'm going traditional today, so I have yours respectfully. Make sure you have your full name and last name. And remember, according to this scenario, you're acting in the capacity of a customer care representative. I am almost certain that your activity for today should be going into, let me see if I can go to the next slide. Right, so as I said before, you have an activity that you have to complete. So this would be should be your activity for today, because I know we are all doing the same thing. Pretend that you are one of the floor managers of a popular museum. The task is yours to apologize to customers who have complained about receiving damaged items from company agents, clearly express the nature of the complaint, relate the measures that the company has decided to take to alleviate customers' fears surrounding company agents, as well as the company's attempt to make good relationships. And then you're asked to write their letter of apology from the National Museum, 5-6 Marcosa Way, St. Mary. And you're asked to send the letter directly to a person in the name of Miss Phipps. And the person lives at Crescent Drive, Runaway Bay, St. Anne. So that should give you some idea, guys. And I know that you're thinking, what are some measures that could be put in place for persons who sell your fake goods? If you were to purchase that at a museum, probably you want to, as a company, you'll offer a free museum tour, or a free gift. It could be a free gift, could be a free one of the most prestigious painting that they have. Could be that. But normally people like to enjoy tangible things. They want something that they can hold and they can remember. All right. So that's it, guys. And go to your platforms now and ensure that you look at the activity there and try to do it. Just have about 6 minutes. Any questions? Any questions? Any question, ladies? Any concerns? Any questions? Any concerns, ladies? Do you understand? Thank you, Graphic. Thank you, Trudy, for your response. Thank you, Trudy, for your response. Anybody else, please? Anybody else? Everybody else good? Are we all else? Are we all good? Can we just say, all right? They say silence means consent. So I'm going to encourage you to go to your various platforms now and express, because the practice, if you do it now, if you do it from now, then you can do it for the exam. So please complete the activity that you were given to do. As is on the Google platform. All right, guys, you may go. Have a good day. Have a good day. And a good weekend by extension. Feel free to leave, guys. Feel free to leave. I have to stay for the next 4 minutes. Bye-bye.